I'm a performer, a turn, an entertainer.
You're not supposed to dawdle. You've got to get along. Yahoo!
She said, do you know what an erogenous zone is? I said, I know you can't park there after 6 o'clock. Have you ever tried an aphrodisiac? I said, I went out with a Norwegian girl once. She said, do you believe in safe sex? I said, I've got a handrail round the bed. I always try to keep one foot on the ground. Look. She said, what about your libido? I said, I'm going to swap it for a Sierra.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ken Dodds.
How tickled I am to be here with you tonight. Has anybody seen my show before? Would you mind telling me what to do next, please? Yuletide, ladies and gentlemen, is nearly upon us. Only 12 more shoplifting days for Christmas. Another wonderful day. What's been a wonderful week? I'd have you here all night because I'm stage struck. Can you tell? Huh? I'm stage struck. If you don't laugh at the jokes, I'll follow you home and shout into the letterbox. I will smile.
Ken Dodd is a national institution. He's been a professional comedian for 53 years. He's had 20 hit records, including Tears, which sold more than 2 million copies. This year, he celebrated his 80th birthday, still traveling the country, performing his happiness show 3 times a week.
Did you always prefer doing live performances?
Always, still do, yeah. Because you play an audience like you play an instrument. An audience is part. You see, I've never actually done a solo act of my own. It's always been a double act. It's me and the audience. So.
And is it different when you do telly?
Oh yes, on television you're just performing to a set of wires or a camera, or probably they say, well, don't look over there, look over there. Oh, yeah, why am I doing that? Well, it's a better camera shot. Oh, really? Well, all I can see there is exit. Well, that could be a hint. Happiness, the greatest gift that we possess. I thank the Lord that we've been blessed with more than our share of everybody. Happiness, the greatest gift that we possess. I thank the Lord that I've been blessed with more than my share of happiness. I've got more than our share of happiness. They made us laugh. You can't make anybody laugh. Did you know that?
No.
The song "Make 'Em Laugh, Make 'Em Be Gone."
Really?
No, you can whittle it out. It's already there. If it isn't there, you can't put it there. It's in everybody.
And how do you whittle it out?
Happiness. Well, that's the comedian's job, isn't it? With one of these. Right. I am a sort of a commercial comedian. I travel the length and breadth of the British Isles, so I've travelled I've been right up to the Shetlands, I've done a few shows there, right down to the Channel Islands, right across to Great Yarmouth, Norfolk, Hunstanton. My ambition was to play every theatre in Britain. Ahoy there! Ahoy there! This is it, folks. Have you read this?
I've been through that one.
Does it make you laugh?
I've been through them all, Walter. Some of them have one good joke. That one's got one very good joke in it. One very good joke.
Yes, your jokes,
Well,
yeah.
one really
One
good
in the
joke.
whole book of Jewish jokes.
And it's got one.
No, there'll be more than that.
It's got one really good joke. You've got that, haven't you?
Yes, certainly. This one, that's good.
You've got this one, haven't you?
Well, I think I'll take my coat off to this.
You've got that one, haven't you?
Oh, good gracious me.
You haven't got that?
Have you bought many books in here then?
Oh, over the years, I think I've thousands,
Really?
thousands of books. In fact, I've been barred from buying any more, but I still come down just the same. Have a look at this one for you.
That's not, I don't think it's...
Sorry?
What kind of things do you buy in here then?
Oh, books, humour books, books on humour, books about comedians, entertainers, film, Dickens. Yeah, I'm a Dickens maniac.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you read them a lot? Yeah?
Yes.
Has anyone ever written a good book about you?
No. Yes, one. I had a long time ago, Michael Billington of the Guardian wrote quite a good one called How Tickle I. But since then, one or two pirates, brigands, have said they do a biography. I said, no. If anybody's going to do a biography, it'd be me. I will write the biography. They said, no. If you won't cooperate, we'll do it without you. Carry on then.
And do you think you ever will write your?
Of course I will. One of these days, I'll write the. See, I've been around for quite a while, and I've been in show business for over 50 years. So I reckon I've been an entertainer for 50 years. So I think I should write an entertaining book. I'd like to say, oh, tickled I ham. Well, I said, oh, tickled I. Did you see that? I'll do it again. This lady seemed to like it. Put the binoculars away now, dear. I was born in Liverpool, well, on the outskirts, about 5 miles. Not Yash. My father, Dad, Pop, Arthur, was a very, very funny man, a brilliant comedian. He used to tell jokes all the time. I think actually that's how I learned to tell jokes. Through most little boys want to be like their fathers, and I learned how to tell jokes by my dad telling me jokes. So my father jokes, I still do, and he got them from his father. Yeah, so I'm still telling jokes, and they always get big laughs. Yeah, what was the joke I say? What's the joke I do there? How many children have you got? 8? Have you really? What a look! Stand up and take a bow. No, sit down and take a rest. 8 children. Yeah. And do you live in a shoe? You must know what to do. 8 children. Well, and what a good job you stitched that hole up in his pajamas. Well, you know what they say? A stitch in time, say. I've been telling that joke for 50 years. More than 50 years. And it still gets a good laugh.
Tell us about your childhood, Ken, if you will, and about your family background.
You see, a comic has two biographies, 2 life stories. You have the real one, and then you have the one that you get lost with, the ones you tell the audience. So which one I better tell? I better tell you the real one first. I'm the middle one of 3. There's Billy, my older brother, 2 years older than me, and June, 2 years younger than me. My mother and father, Arthur and Sarah Dodd. My dad was a coal merchant, a coalman, not Yash. And I had a wonderful childhood. Fantastic. Round Notty Ash, the fields. So when I was a little boy, we just went mad. It was wonderful.
Like the moth, the diddy firefly makes its home in some article of clothing, where it will pass the winter months, smouldering gently and laying its fried eggs. Sometimes the owner of the clothes is unaware of the firefly's presence until it is too late.
Oh, by the blathering bagpipes of Killicranky, I've got fireflies in my kilt. Quick, pop me out. Somebody pop me out. I'll put yous out. Hamish me bucko. Quick, stand over this soda siphon. Right over, that's it, me boy. Oh, man, that's a grand feeling. Oh, I'm not a bit put out about being put out. Oh.
If you think about it, there is a belief in small people all over the world. This belief in magical small people, leprechauns, pixies, boggarts, fairies, if you like, talking animals, whimsy. It's the humour of Wind in the Willows, the Muppets, Walt Disney. It's the humour of small people. The mole had been working very hard all morning, spring cleaning his little home. First with brooms, then with dusters, on ladders, steps and chairs, with a brush and a pail of whitewash, till he had dust in his throat and eyes and splashes of whitewash all over his black fur. It was small wonder that he suddenly flung down his brush on the floor and said, "Bother, bother, oh, blow," and also, "Hang spring cleaning."
We are the Diddy Men, itty bitty Diddy Men. We are the Diddy Men who always have a bash.
So I discovered the Diddy Men, these little whimsical characters, the Diddy Men, who live in Nottingham and have the jam butty mines and the broken biscuit repair works, snuff quarries and the gravy wells.
Around the Diddy City, we sing our Diddy Diddy.
I'm beginning to get fed up with you.
I don't care.
Why?
I'm going.
You're going?
I'm jacking it in. Jacking it in? I'm jacking it in.
But if you leave me, I'll be in a hole. I'll be in a mess.
Don't care.
Remember, Dickie, ambition, the grass is always greener the other side of the street. You know who said that?
Tom Jones. Now, you must have enough now. Thank you. What's your name?
Eileen.
Eileen.
Eileen from Scam.
To the left or the right?
To the left.
Eileen from Scam. There you
That'll
are,
give
Eileen.
me some happiness.
Yeah, well, that's what you need.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen. Thank you, Judy Jones. Call again, anytime. Tatty bye. Thank you. All right, young man. Thank you, sir. I bet you say that to all the boys. Oh, cuz.
Hello. I don't believe
Now, it's your money. What did you do with it?
And all the roads we had to walk.
You're good at walking backwards, missus. You could get a job as an ice cream girl.
That'll do.
You can do that afterwards if you want to. I'm not saying now. See there, International Library.
Ah, yeah.
I started thinking about, well, what is a joke? I want to know why. Why does the human being laugh? Why do we make this funny noise? Ha, 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 ha. Your breath comes in short pants. Why don't your ears light up? Why doesn't your nose wiggle from side to side? Why this? What is a laugh? Why? What goes on in here? Why do human beings laugh when they're confronted with a funny situation, a funny picture, or somebody tells them a funny joke? What is humour? What is a joke? How does one be a comedian? I used to come here every day of the week, months on end, and just sit here and read, look in the index and look up the word laughter, look up the word humour, look up the word comedy, comedians, clowns, circus, music hall, variety, theatre. And I used to sit down there and read and read and read and make notes, of course.
went to the doctor's, little old lady. She said, Doctor, she said, can I have some more sleeping pills from your husband? He said, why? She said, he's woke up. Another little old lady goes to the doctor. She said, Doctor, can I have some of them sleeping tablets to make me sleep? He said, certainly not. He said, don't believe in any of those tranquilizers. He said, if you can't sleep at night, he said, do it nature's way, organically. Oh, she said, I can't play one. No, he said, no, look. She just, before you go up to bed at night, he said, have a little tot of something. Oh, she said, I do that already, Doctor. He said, oh, yes, she said, before I go to bed at night, she said, I always have 8 whiskies, 4 gins, 2 vodkas, a large brandy, a martini, and an egg flip. Doctor said, you can't sleep. No, she said, I'm up all night singing.
Thank you for being a tatty hilarious and a punchless audience. We wish you good health.
There is just an endless font of jokes in your head, isn't there?
Yes.
Can you ever turn them off?
No.
Does it ever torment you?
Yes. Yes, sometimes. Sometimes you'd like to think very seriously about something, and jokes keep popping into your head. Yeah. So you have to learn to control it. You know?
Yeah. It must be quite hard, though.
No, that's enough for now, thank you. That's quite enough, thank you. I'd go and... Kenny, go to your room. So...
Is that what you have to do?
Yes, right. Kenny, go to your room. He goes there, and Kenneth, you can come out now and start thinking about something seriously. There's 2 or 3 people in here, I think.
Yeah.
2 or 3 personalities, 2 or 3 characters, 2 or 3 strong personalities who would like to be heard. Yeah, I think so. I think there's the show business Ken Dodd, and I think there's a thinking Ken Dodd, and hopefully there's an amusing Ken Dodd. I hope so, anyway. It's one that can see the funny side.
This is the River Mersey. This is the mouth of the River Mersey, and there is my home, the city of Liverpool, city of laughter, city of tears. This is the city that enabled me to be a performer. And here we are at the mouth of the Mersey. Just behind me are the Anthony Gormley men. This one here is called Sid. This is Sid.
We like that. We like that. We could go now, but I'm going to do one more, because I like your movement. We could do...
Over there you can see Wales. Up there, somewhere up there is Scotland, I think. And straight on there, going west, people, thousands of people have left this wonderful city to find adventure and success.
When I was a little boy, I could remember when we had the Dock Road, we had what they call the Dockers Umbrella, which was the overhead railway. And lots of things were moved by huge, great cart horses, pulling great loads of goods into the docks.
In Paris, all the chairs and tables are out on the street. In Liverpool, we call that eviction. But they do take
Liverpool. He's like 4 wooden legs making a coffee table. So. Every week, we used to have a Dodd family journey to a theatre just up the road here in Fraser Street called the Shakespeare Theatre of Varieties.
dare say I was very fortunate because I was taken to the variety theatres by my mother and father, and I saw some of the greats just at probably the back end of their careers. And that's where I fell in love, I think, with music hall, with the theatre. The word variety really means a variety of skills. All variety artists, entertainers, jugglers, acrobats, comedians, ventriloquists, they're like little one-man businesses or one-woman businesses.
Rudy Cardenas. Of course, no show of this kind is complete without a juggler. This next artist is considered by many the greatest in the world, Rudy Cardenas.
I worked with Rudy Cardenas from Mexico and Rudy Horn from Germany in Blackpool when I was in season with them there. Every day they'd rehearse from 9 in the morning till 5 at night, go home, have the tea, come back and do 2 shows. The big specialities, the acrobats, the jugglers, the people who do deeds of immense daring, you have to go to the circus.
Can you ever imagine ever doing anything different?
I think I like to be in charge. You may have noticed that.
You are a total control freak, Ken, I have to say.
No, never.
Oh, no, you so are.
Oh, how dare you.
I mean, I'm bad, but you are worse than me.
Just that women won't do as they're told, that's all.
No, but it couldn't be any other way as a comedian with the career that you've had. Actually, you couldn't do that.
It could, but it wouldn't be as much fun. I served my apprenticeship round the clubs and after-dinner entertainments, smokers' concerts, boilermakers, hot pots, dockers' soirees. Anywhere where there was an audience, I would go along and I would do either my ventriloquist act or my comedian's act.
Was ist das, Chips?
Und was?
The first Chips. Where is the meat pie?
The cat set it.
The tomcat! I will have it exterminated. I will rid the world of tomcats. Under the new regime, the master race will not have tomcats. Where is the Reich pudding?
The Reich pudding. The cat ate that too.
No Reich pudding. No Reich pudding on Wednesday. No Reich pudding on Thursday. This is the third Reich pudding what is verboten this week. I have stated in my book, Mein Bumpf. You have read Mein Bumpf?
Yes, I'm coveting.
Under the new regime.
Young lady, young man, hello, dear. Same dentist. Hello. Young man. Now, he looks comedian to begin with.
Thank you.
You don't look anywhere near funny enough. You don't look funny. Are you funny? Do you feel funny?
A bit.
Oh, good. A bit. I feel funny all the bloody time. Funny, weird. Well, it's really kind of you to come along. You're not all from the same place, because you're all...
No.
But you all... you want to be comedians?
Yeah, it's be all right.
Yes. Why? Why do you want to be a comedian?
Be like you.
No. Always a bloody smoothie, innit? You mean you want to be famous and make a lot of money?
Yeah, it'd be all right.
Yeah, well...
Me too now.
It's a good motivator, believe me. What do you want to be a comedian for?
I just think doing a gig ages ago and just seeing somebody like really, really belly laugh, and I just think the feeling that you get from that is you don't get that very often, do you? So I think that's my motivation anyway.
Good for you. Yeah.
When I go on stage, you get a massive rush of adrenaline and that, but when I come off, I always feel dead low and disappointed that it's over. Just wondered if you feel the same, and if you do, how do you handle it?
It's something you'll never lose, because you always think you can do better. You always think you could have done better. Do you remember you used to get your school report, and you say, you know, good at gymnastics, fair at English, mathematics, could do better. Well, it's the same with being an entertainer. You always think you can do better, and sometimes you can, but You've just got to remember it for next time, and next time, do better. Yeah, but you'll never, if you really want to be an entertainer, a good entertainer, you'll never actually be satisfied. I learned the trade. I practiced on audiences. I learned to read an audience's facial expressions. I learned how to play a theatre. I used to think I was wonderful. I used to think I was marvellous in bed. Then I found out all my girlfriends had asthma. I have thought of going into politics. Oh, yes, I have. As a matter of fact, to be honest, the job I fancy is Chancellor of the Exchequer. At least I'd be reunited with my money. But Frank.
So, do you still get nervous before you go on?
The thing that goes through your mind before you go on is, you know, you say, will I be okay tonight? Will I be able to do a good show? Will I remember the gags? Will I remember the jokes? Will I remember what I'm supposed to be doing? The thing to remember, if you are an entertainer and you're worried about going on, is, you know, they really want you to, they want you to be good. They want to laugh. So really, you shouldn't be nervous, but you are. There's only one cure for stage fright. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Listen to what the muse inside you told you. It told you one day, he said, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. So go on and do it. So yeah, of course you get nervous. You do the rituals, but you think to yourself, yeah, go on, have a go.
No, I mean, how tickled I am on my vacation. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I feel absolutely tatty-filarious and full of plumptiousness. I do. It makes me absolutely discomnicerated to see that so many of you have turned up for the free soup. And are you all enjoying yourselves? Why, what are you doing? Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fabulous show for you. We've got artists from all the four corners of the Labour Exchange.
Love is like a violin with its strings around your heart, soft and sweet as dreams begin, sadly crying when you part. Make my heart your violin.
Show business is, you have to be many things. You have to be, the business side of show business is very important. There's the business side of it, there's the power side of it, trying to get to where you want to be. And when you get to where you want to be, then you have to start thinking about how you're going to stay there. And then, ultimately, it comes to the question is, do you want to stay there? See, the whole pattern of show business has changed. At one time, you set your stall out, put your bill up on it, and you did a season. That is to say, you do anything from 6 weeks to 26 weeks. When we were in Blackpool at one time, we used to go opening at Witt, and go right through to Christmas. Twice nightly, 3 times on a Saturday. The Palladium, I did the longest run ever there, from Easter to Christmas. But now it's all one-nighters, so whereas at one time you could leave your props at the theatre and just go there in the car, now you have to take everything with you. Everything has to go with you, amplifiers, musical instruments, costumes, you take it all with you, see? So the whole pattern of show business, at one time, that'll be for me, at one time...
Ladies and gentlemen, the train is now approached to Nuneaton. Change here for services to Cambridge, Stansted Airport, and the services to Coventry. 2018 is your next station qualifier living the train place. Remember to check all belongings with you.
Well, we're not going to any of those places. I'm going to London. Depicted backstage with his trademark pink tickling stick, the painting reveals the vulnerability of the comic. I think what he's thinking, he's saying it is sort of to be or not to be, to do or not to do. I think he's thinking, did I get it right? This time, did I get it right? This time, did I remember to put the punchline in the right place? How did I do? I think my mother and father were very pleased with me. But the streets of London, to be beheld at the very height of their glory, should be seen on a dark, dull, murky winter's night, when there is just enough damp gently stealing down to make the pavement greasy, without cleansing it of any of its impurities, and when the heavy, lazy mist which hangs over every object makes the gas lamps look brighter, and the brilliantly lighted shops more splendid, from the contrast they present to the darkness around. All the people who are at home on such a night as this seem disposed to make themselves as snug and comfortable as possible. And the passengers in the streets have excellent reason to envy the fortunate individuals who are seated by their own fireside. I lived in London, of course, for the years. Couldn't commute back to Knotty Ash, even if I wanted to. I lived in a hotel in Jermyn Street, and then an apartment in Kensington. And this was during the, don't forget, this was 65, the swinging 60s. So Carnaby Street was at the height of its fame. Everywhere was wonderful, yeah. London was the most exciting place in the world. You met some very interesting people, some very eccentric people, very strange people. I was quite normal compared to them. I met a famous gangster, and the politicians started to come. Harold Wilson came. Bessie Braddock, and lots of politicians came to the show. I think they wanted the gags. I think they wanted the jokes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ken Dodds.
By Jove, how tickled I am! By Jove, how tickled we were! How tickled we are! By Jove, missus! This is where I used to get told off every night. Every night. Mr. Dodd, you're 30 seconds over. Mr. Dodd, you're a minute over. And if you did it too many times, you get a letter from the head office. And I think this is how I became a stickler for time, you know, a stickler for punctuality. I owe it all to this stage manager's desk.
But now that you can go on for as long as you want to, is that why
it's a different world.
Because you can?
Today's a different world entirely. Today is a different world entirely because today there's one huge difference. Today, I work for myself. So I'm the boss. And I say to myself, Mr. Dodd, you're 30 seconds over. So, every performer, his dream is to play here at the Palladium. And I had that honour several times. But the 65 one, was, of course, was the big one because I'd never played in London before. So this was a big challenge for me. John Osborne brought the entire cast of a farce called Meals on Wheels. He wanted to show them what it was like for a comic, how a comic timed his laughs, how a comic, what the rhythm that a comic used for gags. And he was very nice, came round afterwards and invited me to tea. So I went to his house and had tea with John Osborne. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I was quite well known, you know.
Did you miss Notty Ash?
Not really, it was too exciting here. I was having a whale of a time here, yes, having a wonderful time. And besides, they all came from Notty Ash to see the show. They came, I remember being here, as I said, we opened at Easter on Good Friday, and we were here in May, and they had the cup final. And he went into extra time. And we were all, the show had just come down on a Saturday afternoon, so we all looked at the television set and went into extra time, and Liverpool won the cup final. So for the very first time Liverpool had ever won the cup final, that was the year they won it in '65. And in the evening, all the fans were all round the palladium, all shouting, "We want Doddy!" But I don't know what they're going to do to me if they got me, but they were all round, all cheering, and yeah, that was very exciting. Yeah.
It was a good time to be a Liverpudlian, wasn't it?
It was indeed, yeah. '65 was great, yeah. I was probably one of the most well known of all the whackers. That's what we are now. We're whackers.
The show business personality of 1965, king of the Diddy people, Ken Dodd.
Can buy me love, can buy me love.
Ken Dodd, the people's comic in the truest sense, returned in triumph to the Palladium last night, and the applause for him was huge, heartfelt, instantaneous, and deserved.
His skill is in the construction of the delivery and his judgment of our mood.
Mr. Dodd is one of the most accomplished performers to have hit the London stage.
Doddy has suddenly become the darling of the London scene and is in danger of being captured by the intellectual set.
We have always thought that it might be a good question to put to Mr. Kenneth Dodd and the members of the Beatles. To what extent do they attribute their success to their hairstyles? And we'll start by asking that question now of Mr. Ken Dodd.
With the hairstyle, well, I think it has a great deal to do with my, success.
Your hairstyle?
Oh, yes. Well, I think so, yes. I like to keep it in trim. You know, I eat a lot of shredded wheat because it's good for the hair. And I have it cut twice a year, whether I need it or not, short back and sides and a bit off the shoulders. And, you know, I think so.
What do you feel about the boys?
I think there's a wonderful style, actually, because they're different than me. Of course, with them being Martians, they... A professor of archaeology at Notty Ash University has discovered some tablets which say that the Beatles are definitely Martians. Grundy's their leader.
How long have you known this, Kenny?
Bill Grundy? Well, I've known he was out of this world for a long time. No, all Martians. And as Martians, I think it's a very good hairstyle, that. I think very much. I'd like one of those myself.
Tears for souvenirs are all you left me.
'65 was the season, my West End debut, and everything. Have you ever driven into town and all the lights have been green for you? You know, it was one of those times when everything went just right. In that season, 1965, I recorded Tears for Souvenirs, and it went to #1, and it stayed in the charts for 18 weeks. 18 weeks, wonderful. All the beat groups, the pop groups, they couldn't find things bad enough to say. This was a middle-of-the-road song sung by, just like... And none of the rock and rollers could get in, and I kept them out for 18 weeks. And I got a golden disc. It's gone, it's 2 now, it's on 2 million now.
What do you think of Mr. Ken Dodd?
It's great. He's marvellous. He's a good...
It's lovely hair.
He's lovely hair. Hair is lovely.
Yeah. We call it her in Liverpool, you see. We always say the Judy with the fur her. we have a fellow went into one of those shops once in Liverpool where they sell those, minks and things, and he says to the girl, he said, give us one of those hairy coats. She said, I beg your pardon, sir, what fur? He said, for the Judy, who do you think? Well, wouldn't you like to... You do comedy as well, don't you? I've seen, John, you do some...
I just say lines.
Yes, you say some very good lines.
Oh, thank you.
That one, the one about the jewel, rattling the jewels, that was very good, huh?
Yes, that's it.
Have you in time, like, work gags into your act? And...
I don't know, it's hard.
Most
Most of our gags are either made up, and so they either die, or we keep them if they go down. Or
sort of
that jewel thing that we thought of the night before, you know.
So you'd like to do a bit more comedy?
Yeah, but it's so hard, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I imagine it's easier for four fellas than
I think
for one.
it'll be easier when we get him in the group, though.
Oh,
you know, we'll leave it all up to him.
I don't think I was a natural. A reasonable funny face, but I wasn't sort of the schoolboy. I wasn't the class comedian. No. What I was completely stage struck. Oh yes, I was stage struck. Once I'd seen the shows, I wanted to be on that stage. And it really didn't matter what it was, whether I was a comedian, ventriloquist, juggler. So, yes, I think I was stage struck.
But be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough and appear fresh.
People said, you'll never do it, Doddy. Of course I will. He said, you'll never stick to the script. Of course I said, what do you think? I think I'm stupid. You see, when you're a comic, yes, OK, you start off by telling jokes, but throughout your career, you have to be many other things as well. If you want to be a successful entertainer and performer, you have to be a comedian, you have to be an orator, you have to be an actor, you have to be a poet, you have to be a creative writer, you have to be an impressionist, you have to be able to do dialects. So you have to do about a dozen things to make the one entertainer.
Have you got a word of advice for somebody who's starting out in show business? I'll come to you later. Not yet. The boys first. Get a job. Get a job. Help. What do you say, Ringo? Keep
Best
trying.
of luck. Do your best, you know. That's great.
Okay, how about a word of advice from Mr. Kenneth Dodd, then?
Well, I think the best anybody starting out in show business... is that a serious question?
Yes,
I think anybody starting out in show business should be like the Beatles and be original. That's the thing. I think originality is the secret of success.
Like, where do you go after you've done a season like you did at the Palladium, in a sense, in terms of,
Oh, I think you go up after that. You go to Blackpool. You play the Blackpool Opera House then, which is even bigger than this. This is big. This is very, very big. I think the Liverpool Empire is just as big, or even might be a little bit bigger. I think this is 2003, 2005. 2005. Well, the Liverpool Empire is or was 2,750. And the Blackpool Opera House is 3,000. It's either 3,005 or 3,250. So they're very big theatres, but beautifully built, so that the acoustics and the sight lines absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea. First of all, ladies and gentlemen.
I started in 1954, and I played all the theatres in Britain, and I gradually built up my own clientele. And even now I go back to the same places year after year. I've got like a window cleaning round. I have like a window cleaning round, and I just go along to wherever it is, north, south, east, west, and the people who I've entertained before come back to see me. So I'm very, very fortunate in that. So I don't have to rely. I don't have to rely on television or radio. I think in the early days, for about the first 20 or 30 years, I used to notch up about, anything, 300, 350 shows a year. Every day, in fact, every day, and sometimes twice daily, sometimes 3 times. But now, I try to do about three or four a week. At one time, trains used to go tiddly-dee, tiddly-da, tiddly-dee, tiddly-doo, tiddly-dee, tiddly-da, tiddly-doo, suck it yourself. Yeah. But now you just
know they're moving.
It just glides, doesn't it? Well, sometimes they're not moving. You know that. And you're Mr. Virgin, are you?
I am indeed.
Well, can I ask? It's not a complaint. It's just a suggestion. Why can't we have some decent food? Why can't you have bacon butties? Yes. Why can't we have some roast beef sandwiches? Why can't we have stuff like that? Stuff that we know and recognise instead of some things.
Right.
Things in wraps that smell quite.
Well, I'll get a morning train and you'll get your bacon butties.
Will you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if you want your bacon butty, you have to get the morning train.
It's morning train. It's breakfast, really. Yeah.
No, that's it.
We do have
that's it, because 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, curry and crisps.
Not really your thing.
Not very sustaining.
No.
And you pay for it later on when you're doing your show. Tears for souvenir. Happiness. Oh. How's business?
Because what's a holiday coast for the many is a hard-working coast for the few who play to packed houses in the theatres or who work on the golden mile of sideshows and booths, alleys and oyster bars between the North Pier and Central Pier, where there's adventure every yard. And where Blackpool seems to offer everything that Paris can, and a breezy kind of humour all its own.
Everyone's enjoying themselves here at Blackpool, down on the beach. Do you know, it's so crowded here in Blackpool, ladies and gentlemen at home, the corporation have had to send to Morecambe for more seagulls. My Auntie Nellie, my big Auntie Nellie, she was down on the beach. My big Auntie Nellie. And the man from Blackpool Corporation, he said, Mrs, would you mind getting off the beach, please? The tide's waiting to come in. Big! Yesterday, she dived into the sea and 6 trawlers were beached at the Isle of Man. Everyone's here at Blackpool.
Some of the side shows were absolutely marvellous. There used to be a big sign, it was her father's fault. I never found out what it was, but it was her father's fault. Then the other one, half woman, half fish, mermaid. There's another one that said, come and see a horse with a tail where its head should be. And when you went inside, it was 6 months, when you went inside, it was the horse the wrong way round in the cart. I've been coming here now for years. Every year since 1954, 1955. Every year, at one of the theatres in Blackpool, I've played here every year, and I've played with some really big stars.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, what a glorious thing to be, a healthy, grown-up, busy bee, making hay while time is ripe, building up the honeycomb just like tripe. I'd like to be busy bee, being just as busy as a bee can be, flying all around the wild hedgerows, singing all the carols.
I'll cover it like that, see? And what happens? 2-minute box. No.
I played the Opera House one year, and on the Sunday concert, Gracie Fields was on. She left all the flowers, she left all the bouquets. She said, you have them, Doddy. You know, I I can't get them back to Capri. So she left me all the flowers. That was nice. It is the privilege of the whoever occupies the number one dressing room, whoever is the star of the number one. It is your privilege to play host to another star who's coming in on the Sunday. So it's good manners, and they do. They're very, very kind. They're very kind. They move their stuff to one side, usually put clean linen over them, so you don't touch them, and then they'll leave you a nice note, perhaps a bottle of champagne or a tin of lager, according to how big a star they are. And in most of it, you still, even today though, you still have to bring your own soup.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? Down the lane, snow is glistening, a beautiful sight. What happy tonight?
Yes, I've got better ones than that, but not so clean. But the other one I like is about the two little insects, the two little fleas.
One of the old pros, as he's called, one of the old troopers, showed me how to make up, and he told me to always put a little blob of red in the corner of your eye, a little blob of red. That makes your eyes sparkle, makes your eyes go on. And you give people the idea that here on the stage is a jester, a Merry Andrew, by Jove, Mrs. Ha, and that's what they want to see. They want to see life. They want to see energy. When you go to see a live show is the best show you can possibly go to. Because when you go to a live show, you don't just watch it, you're in it. You take part in it. You are part of the show.
And how are you part of the show? What does that mean?
Because you interact with the entertainers on the stage. There are two ways of telling a joke, or two ways of entertaining an audience. You can either do a show at them or with them, and with them is the best way. That's what I try to do, a show with the audience, not not a lot of audience participation. I don't mean community singing, although we do a bit of that as well. But make him feel that this show is just for you.
I'm living in a car.
And so I've got to try and plan what sort of a show I'm going to do tonight. Which, how do you remember it? Well, you remember by key words. In these routines, there's a key word which tells me, I'll do the motor car routine. I'll do the honeymoon couple routine. I'll do the illuminations routine. You've got to have good jokes, new jokes. Not necessarily brand new jokes, because there's no such thing as an old joke. Only jokes that people have heard before. In fact, the oldest joke in the world, I'll probably be telling it tonight in different ways. The oldest joke in the world is the joke where the people in one village think that the people in the next village are balmy. You'll hear it come over the loudspeaker in a moment. He'll say, half an hour, please. That means you've got 35 minutes. Don't ask him why it's 35. Then he'll say, quarter of an hour, please, which is 20 minutes. Then he'll say, overture and beginners, which is 5 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Ken Dodd.
My share of happiness. To me, this world is a wonderful place. I'm the luckiest human in the human race. I've got no silver and I've got no gold, but I've got happiness in my soul. Happiness to me is an ocean tide, a sunset fading on a mountainside, a big old heaven full of stars above, when I'm in the arms of the one I love. Oh, happiness, happiness, the greatest gift that I possess. I thank the Lord that I've been blessed with more than my share of happiness. I got more than my share of happiness.
How was the show tonight?
Well, it was a good show tonight, yeah. Yeah, I thought we worked well together. The audience and me, they were very responsive. And it's now, let's see, what time is it? Yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. So I feel pleasantly shattered, you know. Tired, but yeah, it was a good show. Tried a few new gags out. They went quite well. Tried about half a dozen, and 4 of them went quite well. 2 of them hit the deck, but that's all right. They won't be here next week. So yeah, it was a good show. Yeah. Happiness. Well, that's the comedian's job, isn't it? With one of these.